got to ask yourself that. Why would anyone want to come work for you? Okay, so what are you offering that's different? Hey, plumbing pros. Welcome to the 447th episode of Potty Talk. Hey there, I'm your host, Richard Bainey, the $1 Million Plumber, along with my co-host, the lovely Laura. Hey, sweetheart.
Hey, baby.
Hey, we're here talking the business of plumbing.
Yes,
And you're going to love this episode. The title of this episode is, Do This, Do What? When hiring for your plumbing business. So, what are we looking to hire? We're going to go over that. Who are you looking to hire? Well, I want plumbers, right? I need plumbers, but what kind of plumbers and how to do it and that kind of thing. So we're going to talk about it here in this episode.
Yeah, we hear it all the time. I can't find good plumbers. I can't find quality guys. I can't.
I've been hearing that for 40 years. Okay, it's been that way. Not even here. I've been that way for 40 years. So not getting caught up in all that.
No,
what does it take to find good plumbers? What do you want to hire that's best for your plumbing business? What and all that. So we're going to go over that. So stick around. All right, it's important, especially here where we're here in 2025. Okay, all right. You may be seeing this in 2026 or 2027 or
2050.
Right, but it's still the same thing. Okay, a major asset. Okay, your plumbing business has two major assets: customers. Okay, we get that. Right. Okay, and our guys, plumbers.
Our plumbers are our asset,
and they're an asset. So
very valuable.
It's very important. Exactly. So hey, it's good to have you here. If you're new to Potty Talk, welcome.
Yes.
All right. Hey, please like, subscribe. All right.
Follow, do all the things. However you're watching us or listening to us, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. A review would be great. If you just love Potty Talk and love what we talk about, give us a nice little review. Those always help.
Yes, help us get the word out.
With the algorithm.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Share the love. All right. So what are we talking? What are we looking for? Okay. I'm gonna give you three things here.
Alrighty.
Okay. And what we're looking for when we're hiring plumbers.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, we'll go with the first one here. All right. Number one. All right. Attract the right plumbers. Hey, all this stuff. Hey, your success is really is simple and it really is basic. We complicate things, and there's a lot of BS out there and all that. And so I know it sounds silly. Attract the right customers, but that's the key word.
The right plumbers, right?
The right plumbers, right? Okay. We want to attract the right plumbers. So what is the right plumbers? What are we looking for, in our plumbing business? If we're looking, and again, have a successful plumbing business, and how we define success is having a thriving, self-sustaining, okay?
And my favorite word?
Very profitable.
Yes.
Profit.
Profit.
Okay.
Profit's a good word.
Okay. So it's very important. If that's what we're looking to create, okay, our plumbers are a major part of that. And so what helps us get to that, even to your favorite word, profitable, okay, the quickest, okay? And that's hiring plumbers who are experienced.
Okay.
Okay. You're looking for journeyman and master plumbers.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want to
especially in the beginning, right?
Yes,
Especially when you're starting out. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, we're starting out in our shop. When you grow a shop big and all that kind of thing, then you can have the helpers and the apprentices, that kind of thing.
Well, not helpers, but
not right.
Yeah, not helpers, but ones that you can bring on and train.
Right.
Because you've got you're bigger.
Exactly. But starting out, I'm still working on my house, or so just me in a truck, that kind of a thing, and I'm looking to grow. Okay. You don't need a helper. You don't need an apprentice. Okay. You need another guy with experience. Okay, so you want to hire a journeyman or master. Okay, and and also you're looking for guys that are already working. Okay, so they're already you want the guys in the other shops.
Right,
they're already working. So that's what you're looking for.
Yes.
Okay.
What we hear, we've heard from our clients before is, well, I don't want to steal. Yeah. I don't want to steal from another shop. Man, that's awful. I wouldn't want to steal. That's just dumb thinking. Because what if you have a better opportunity for your staff?
That's a key point.
Right.
That's
for your crew. What if you have a better opportunity? You pay better. You've got better equipment. You've got better benefits. You've got better working hours. Whatever it might be, you're offering a better opportunity for the plumbers in your community. As opposed to maybe the shop down the street who, they're working 24/7 and they've got crappy equipment and they don't have very good benefits, whatever. offer that to someone. Offer it to all the plumbers in your community, and then they get to decide. They get to decide what's best for them and their family. They get to decide what's best for them and their career. They get to decide where they want to work. It's not up to you. It's up to them. If they like being treated like crap and working for a crappy shop and working 24/7, then that's all on them. But if you have are building a plumbing company where you want to treat your employees well and you don't want to be 24/7 and you're offering great benefits, man, offer it to every single plumber in your community and let them decide.
Exactly.
You're not stealing.
You went right there. See, that comes from 18 years of running a plumbing business.
Yeah, we stole.
Well,
because we had a better opportunities.
Well, there's two key points there. And I'm glad you brought up those points because there's a thing. You got to ask yourself, the concern is like when I started out in the truck, it's me in the truck. Why would any of these other guys from the big shop want to come work with me?
Why do they want to work for you?
I mean, I want them and I'm hiring them, but you got to ask yourself that. Why would anyone want to come work for you? Okay, so what are you offering that's different?
Right. Now, I really want to pause on that. I mean, that's a question you really need to sit and think about. You've seen the competition in your community. You know what's out there. So you got to look at yourself and your business and go, man, why would anybody want to come over and work for me? Why would anyone? Because change is tough, right? To go from one, a plumber leaving one shop to another. That nobody likes change. Humans just don't like change. So to get them to go through something that is already uncomfortable, which is change, why would they want to come and work for you? That's such a great question. Exactly,
and that is extremely important because we want the guys. We're going after the guys that are already working in the other shops. Okay, guys don't like change. It's a risk no matter what, any kind of thing, and they get comfortable.
Sure.
And they know what to expect, even if they don't like where they're working. It's still I know what to expect.
Right. Okay? I know what I know. What I know.
Right. And so you have to be, you have to offer something greater than where they're at to move. To make that move, right? To make that change. Yes. So do take the time. What can I offer? And we talk about this. We talk about a lot in the academy because it's it's an asset. It's a very, very important thing. So just some basic things. It's offering, like you mentioned, not working on call, not working weekends and 24/7, which you don't have to, by the way, and you can make a lot of money.
You don't have to. We didn't for towards
and our clients don't.
And our clients don't.
Right.
Yeah. So
and
you got happier plumbers.
Right.
Way happier plumbers.
Right. And so
anyway, here's a little tip for you. So as you're recruiting, I don't know if we're going to be talking about that. No, I don't think we are. But as we're recruiting, make sure that is one of the first things you lead with. Man, we don't work nights, on call, or weekends.
Right.
That's your differentiator right there.
All right. So you need to offer that kind of stuff. You can attract the guys from the other shops. You think, well, it's just me, and they think it's just whatever. No, you have good equipment. And some good pay. We talked about that. But these kinds of things like no on-call, weekends, that kind of stuff, so they have more of a life, that kind of,
right.
They'll want to come work for you, okay?
Absolutely.
All right? And again, another point you mentioned, this is professional plumbing.
This is professional
plumbing. So you're not stealing.
Right.
So it's like I like the NFL example. The NFL, the football. Every team wants the other teams, the players, the better players, or whatever. Well,
that's stealing.
But they're all friends. The team owners are friends. The GMs are friends. I mean, they'll do that kind of stuff. But if one team can offer more pay, or whatever, or a better situation, or a better system to play in, that kind, whatever that is, okay. It's professional. It's professional sports. This is professional plumbing. Right. This is not stealing.
Correct.
Okay.
You are a professional company. You should be anyway. If you started a plumbing business, be professional. I mean, that's one of the first things. Don't be butt crack plumber. We talk about that all the time. But be professional. And this is one way that you can be professional is by seeking out better talent, seeking out plumbers in your area that will be a good fit for you and for your business, and also what's going to be good for them.
Exactly. And same along the lines of this is professional plumbing. Okay. These plumbers, as a business owner, they're assets. Now, you can be friendly. I'm not saying not to be friendly and all those kinds of things.
Well, don't be friends.
But you're not to be friends. They're not your friends. They're not your workmates. Okay, you're not part of the team.
No.
Okay, all right. They're assets, and you got to look at it that way.
Yes.
Okay. This is professional plumbing.
Professional plumbing for sure. Okay.
Hey, speaking of not stealing, I have something for you.
You do?
And you don't have to steal it because it's free. Okay, I'm going to give it to you just for joining us. It's my $1 Million Plumber blueprint. Okay, I say, hey, you wouldn't build a plumbing business without a blue or a plumbing house without a blueprint, right? So why are you trying to build your business without a blueprint. Okay, my $1 Million Plumber Blueprint lays out the exact specs you need to build a successful, self-sustaining, thriving, very profitable plumbing business. All right, don't risk years of wasted time and money and failure. 95% of all plumbing businesses fail. Okay, all right, grab my blueprint. Okay, simply go to milliondollarplumber.com/free. Okay, and you can grab your free blueprint just for being a listener, follower of Potty Talk.
Okay.
So there we go.
There
all right. There's the address, milliondollarplumber.com/
I think we had a little hiccup there on our video.
Free.
I think the video Sorry about that.
Okay, but the blueprint's not the blueprint won't be a hiccup.
It's not a hiccup at all. Yeah, milliondollarplumber.com/free to get your blueprint.
Okay.
All right.
So we're talking about, we need plumbers. Okay.
Yes.
And so what are we looking for?
Maybe kind of wrap up the first point as we're talking about.
Okay, right. So we talked about our first point, we want to attract the right plumbers. Okay. And so the right plumbers that we're looking for are plumbers already working and hired. And we want journeymen and masters. Okay. We don't want apprentices. Okay.
Especially when you're first starting out.
When we're starting out. And you want to ask yourself, why does anyone want to work for me? Okay. Why would they want to leave their comfortable spot that they're at and come work for me?
Right.
Okay. So you need to ask yourself that.
What can you offer that's different than other plumbing companies?
All right. And then know this is professional plumbing. Okay. These are assets, okay? They're not your friends, okay? All right? And going after the other plumbers in the other shops, okay? You're not stealing.
You are not stealing.
All right?
You're providing opportunity.
So there we go. Attract the right plumbers, okay? Next.
Yes.
All right? We're going to let them plumb, okay?
Let them plumb.
Let them plumb.
What else are they going to do?
Let there be plumbing. Let them plumb. No, well, I'm just going to say it,
All right.
Cut the, nobody's as good as plumber as me crap.
Oh.
Okay, that's a problem we bring in. Okay, I know you're good. You're not as good as me. Okay? And I hope you think the same way as a plumber. Okay, all right, and that's probably why you started your plumbing business. It's probably a fact.
When's the last time you plumbed anything?
No,
I'm sorry.
I still. Hey, but I got the card. I'm a master plumber. I put my time in. Okay. All right.
It would all come back. I know.
Okay, I could get it back. But. And I get it, okay? And then also with that's the concern, no one takes care of the customer as good as I and do all that kind of stuff. You got to let go of that, okay? You've got to just let them plumb.
Yes.
You got to let them do their thing. I tell, we tell our clients that the best you hope for, and all this in hiring and everything, is 80%.
80% of you.
80% of me. If they can do 80% of me, that's a win.
Because they're not going to be 100%. There's not.
Not you. There's a reason why you start in the plumbing business and you're going out and you're doing stuff and you're doing this. Okay.
You're different. You're a different breed.
Right. You are. Okay. And you probably are a good plumber, very good and good with customers and all this stuff.
Right.
And you're disciplined and all those kinds of things. Okay. Most of the guys aren't. Okay. They just aren't. All right. And so what you hope for, you're already way above average.
Correct.
So you just hope that they're close to you. 80% is good. Okay.
Right. And also, so if you have that attitude, nobody's as good as me, so I'm going to have to do these myself or whatever. Okay, well then how's it working out for you? How's it going to work out for you in 5 years? In 10 years?
Right.
When you're 40, 50, 55, right? You're what's the word I'm looking for? Cornering yourself into a job forever.
Right.
And you'll never scale. You'll never scale. So you're going to be, again, getting older, your knees going out, your back, all the things. You don't have an asset anymore.
And you'll be stuck in the truck. Not only just financially you'll be stuck in the truck, but just your attitude that keeps you in the truck.
And your business won't grow because if you're in the truck,
it won't grow.
It's impossible to focus on and grow a business long term like that. Now, in the beginning, when you're first starting out, that's what you got to do, right? You got to change the hats often and for many hours of the day. But as you're growing, you've got to let it go. You've got to let it go. And then again, like we said earlier, hire journeymen and masters, and then train them the way you want your business to run. Train them to try to be like you. Again, they're not going to be you. They're not going to be you. And then let it go. Just let it go. They may give a plumbing example. Like they don't do something on the dielectric unions.
Yeah. Well, it's talking about then you want to systemize. I know what you're saying. So, like I was a neat freak with the plumbing. was a neat freak because I kind of looked at it as art, and maybe you do too. So like when I was running plumbing lines and everything, so even like even just replacing a length of PVC is certainly if I plumbed a house, but the letter, the numbers would all match up, or not the number, but the lettering on the pipe. You know what I'm trying to say?
You did that?
Outside the pipe. And so you wouldn't have some lettering here, and then on the next pipe's like this. And I
didn't know
keep
that.
Everything all together. I was even as silly as if the pipe, and if it's behind the wall, it doesn't matter, behind the wall. It doesn't matter. Steve Jobs is famous for this. The Apple computer, founder of Apple. Right. And, he was working on the Macintosh, and he jumped all over the Macintosh team. Because the circuitry in the inside was like it just was
willy-nilly.
Right, it didn't look good, and he jumped their crap, jumped their crap, right? Okay, because he said it should be beautiful. Because they came back and said, well, no one sees it. It worked. I mean, it's worked. No, see it. Everything should be beautiful. Should be beautiful. It's like, it doesn't matter. We know it's there.
That's funny.
Right, and so it's the same thing. I don't care if it's behind the wall or whatever. We do these, and so I always wanted things like that. So I systemized me. Now I can't guarantee the guys are going to do it like that, but I had SOPs. This is how part of just the work of how we worked. I systemized the work pattern, and I would throw some of those things in there, like any chance you get, make right angles and align things, that kind of stuff. So systemize you. And make it part of just how they do the work. Does that make sense?
It makes total sense.
Okay.
But if they don't line the letters up perfectly, it's okay. The plumbing needs to be good.
Right.
It needs to be done well
Right.
and professionally. So doing your best to teach, right? And if you're a master plumber, which I'm going to assume you are, starting your business, then that is your role as the master. Is to continue to teach and train, and you certainly have the ones who are under your command to teach and train the way you want it done.
And along those lines, and then with the teaching and training, you don't want to have to rely on you. You got to let them plumb. So you can systemize you and kind of tell them how you like have things done and that kind of thing. But you got to let them do it because micromanagement, which will happen is we get caught. I call it babysitting. Where the guys are calling you all the time for everything, Now, some guys, we kind of like it because we feel like we're in control and on top of things.
And that you're a part of every job.
Right, and it gives us our ego, too. We're like, even when we feel bothered, but they need me. I'm needed. I'm important, okay?
I got 2 phones.
Right, exactly right. But that's dangerous. You can't grow.
No,
okay?
They just be crazy.
Right.
And your wife will hate you.
And you can't systemize that. And down the line, that's, we get into, selling our businesses, okay? Which is, but you won't be able to do that, okay? Not for big bucks, not for a lot of money. So you want to make your techs, your plumbers responsible for everything. Responsible for everything. Responsible for everything. And so what I mean by that, responsible for the stock on their truck, that the truck is stocked, and writing out the list, and taking care, making sure it is stocked. They're responsible for that. Getting if a job needs a permit. Okay. Yeah. How long have I been in plumbing? I had to file for a permit for. Okay. And even when I had my business, I bet it's been.
I don't even know
how many umpteen years.
Maybe 2000.
A few decades. That I even personally have ever filed.
Yeah, because that would have been year 3 of our business, 2004.
2004, 2003. That I have personally filed for a permit.
Do they still do that?
Right. Well, however, it does.
Just kidding.
But because I had my plumbers do it, they were responsible for it.
Correct.
Okay. Yes. Responsible for everything. You got to give them. You got to give them the mantle of responsibility. That's what will help you grow. You really will. Some of the guys will step up and do better. Okay. Some guys won't. You'll have guys that leave because they have to be responsible. They want to be in a shop that they can hide. They like stealing. And stealing is not only just stealing materials, but stealing time from you. Okay. Just dogging it. That's stealing. Okay. And so they like that environment. But most men, if they're a man, like being called upon.
Yes. Called up.
Right. Called up. And so give them that responsibility and then let them make the mistakes too. So if they make a mistake, doesn't mean you can't talk about it.
Right.
And say, well, how could we done better in our way of doing things? What do we learn from this?
Right.
But you got to let them make the mistakes. You got to give them the authority. So much so, and I loved how I'm going to tell this story because I knew this is how it should be. This is the culture that you want to create that will give you freedom, that will make your plumbers good, okay, and so that you don't have to babysit, okay. I had a guy he was an average plumber.
Okay.
You probably remember who I was talking about. I know you know the story, okay. Yes. But most are average plumber, okay, and he was on a job on a Friday, okay. It was a water bore. We subbed out our water bores, all right. But the team that came in to do the company did the bore as they're coming across the property they got wrapped up in the water lines at the other end or whatever, and so their water was off in the house. Huge problem, okay. My guy took, it's Friday. It's a Friday afternoon. We don't work weekends, okay. This house is at that water, okay. He took control. He didn't call in and complain. What do I do? What do I do? Or all that kind of stuff, right? He called the customer, talked to the customer, took the heat from the customer, put the customer up in a hotel and a meal, because our guys had cards, gas cards, material cards for those extra things or whatever. Okay, put them in a nice hotel, not a cheap hotel, that kind of a thing. Had arranged with the group to the board team subs to come back tomorrow. He openly came back tomorrow on a Saturday, which he doesn't work. Okay, I didn't learn about it till like Saturday evening, so late Saturday afternoon or whatever. That's what you want.
Yes, taking responsibility.
That's taking responsibility.
Right.
All right.
And that comes with training.
Right.
It just does, and setting the expectations and setting the culture. So.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
so there we go.
Yeah, we're talking about
so let them plumb.
Yeah, let them plumb. So as we're looking for, as we say, do this when you're hiring for plumbers, right? Do this. So one of the points that we're making is let them plumb, would you?
Yeah, right. All right. Get over the no one's as good as me. Okay, as the plumbing master and the business owner. Okay, let them plumb. Okay, so you're concerned about that. So systemize you. Okay, take the things how you want, how to handle the jobs and. Show up on the job and speak to the customer, all those kinds of things. We systemize that, right. Okay? And then they're responsible for everything. Make them responsible for everything, from ordering parts to, the problems on the job, getting permits, all those kinds of things, so that frees you up so that you're not babysitting these guys.
Yes.
Okay?
Unless you started your plumbing company to babysit.
Right.
Kind of thinking you didn't. So.
No, I don't think you did. Let's be blunt. If you're a plumbing contractor driving around in a plain white van, you're practically invisible. Without a distinctive, memorable brand, you're missing the chance to make an instant connection. You're good at what you do, but how are people supposed to see that you look blends in with every other generic service out there? Now meet Congify. They're not just another design outfit. They're your key to transforming that plain white van into a rolling, unmistakable symbol of trust, quality, and professionalism. Congify specializes in helping plumbing businesses build powerful brand identities, distinctive logos, bold color schemes, and unified messaging, all at a fraction of the cost top agencies charge. They'll make you impossible to ignore, giving you the confidence to dominate your local market and stand head and shoulders above the competition. If you're done feeling invisible, if you're ready to elevate your business from just another plumbing company to a household name, check out Congify. Don't settle for blending in. Stand out, own your market, and watch your business take off. All right, so let them plumb. All right? Okay. And then certainly here,
yes.
Okay? All right, my final point here I want to make, all right? And this is extremely important, okay? Listen up on this.
Listen, would you?
Listen, okay?
Hear us.
All right? Always be recruiting. Always be recruiting. Always be recruiting.
Yeah, we've said this for years, and even with some of our clients that we had for, extended period of time, and they would all of a sudden, they talk about some of their staff or crew lost somebody sick, whatever. We're like, well, okay, well, how many, how much have you been recruiting lately? How many, applications you have? Well, I kind of, the crew was really great. And so I didn't think I needed to hire anybody. And
that's the thing. It's a great crew.
They'll always, we'll die together.
Yeah, we're going to work together, taking on, they're great. These are great guys we love. You come in Monday morning, half the crew will be gone.
That's right.
Okay, it just happens.
It just happens.
Okay.
So always be recruiting.
Always be recruiting.
Yes.
Because keep in mind, again, this is the one of the two big assets of your plumbing business. Mm-hmm. The customer thing. Everyone gets customers, making the phone ring. I got to get customers and finding getting work. I got to get that. You can have all the customers in the world, but if you don't have guys doing the work,
you're going to be
you can't
one-arm paper hanger.
Right.
One arm, yeah.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you.
You won't have hired a one-arm paper hanger, but it'll be you, a one-arm paper hanger. Right, say that three.
Paper.
All right. So you always want to always be recruiting.
Always be recruiting.
Okay.
So what does that look like?
Well, so you want to create a hiring culture. Okay. So it must be part of the blood, sweat, and tears of your plumbing business. It's just how you do. You're always hiring. Everyone knows, not just you. Everyone knows we're always hiring. Yes. We're always looking for good guys. We're always every. So it's part of everyone. So if someone calls in, yeah, we're hiring.
Yeah, if someone calls in saying, are you hiring for plumbers right now? Absolutely. And you may have been dead. Phone hasn't rang for a week, and you've got 5 guys sitting in the shop right now with no work.
Good example.
And somebody calls in and says, are you hiring?
Yeah, we
absolutely. We are absolutely hiring.
Doesn't mean you have to hire them.
Correct.
But we're going to interview everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
It also gets you in the habit of interviewing and how you do it and what the process is. What's the process for your staff? So you're determining what that process is. So as you grow and you bring in a general manager, and then he's the one that's going to be responsible for it, you've already got the system down, and then you can train him on how to do it. But it's constant hiring. You should have applications out on all the major online sites like Indeed, what's some of the other ones, Career Builder, whatever's out there right now. You should have boosted ads, because that's the only way they're going to see them, boosted ads on all these constantly. And also what you need to have on your website is someplace where someone can go, a potential plumber can go and see a career page. Okay, on that career page, hopefully is a nice picture of your beautiful truck because you've branded it correctly. Take this truck home, or this truck can be yours. No nights, no weekends, no on call. Put out on that page what your differentiator is between all the other plumbing companies. But you need to have something like that. Now, obviously, I know we talked to a lot of people that are just starting out their plumbing business, so this is a goal to have as you are building the culture of recruiting. You need to have something on your website where someone can easily go fill out a very short application, send information, or a phone number that they can call in. But it's constant.
Right. Always, you're always recruiting. So you spoke on it. You systemize the process. So it's just part of what the business does. Okay. And you systemize it by using these other organizations. There's companies like Applicant Pro.
Which I think they're going to be on Potty Talk pretty soon.
Yes.
But yeah, Applicant Pro is a great resource, and they get your ads out to multiple all at the same time, and they help you write the ads, all the things. And hopefully we can maybe have a link somewhere, but Applicant Pro does an amazing job with that. And that, talk about systemize, they've already systemized it for you. All you have to do is customize it for your business. Right.
You may not be part of the Success Academy, but if you do, say, reach out to Applicant Pro, tell them you're part of the Success Academy, MVP, okay? Because there's discounts. I want you to have the discounts too. So take advantage of that. Every little thing helps. But you want to systemize that process, okay? So everyone knows you're constantly recruiting,
including your plumbers,
even your plumbers, and that's hard. Plumbers don't want other plumbers because they think, that
might take from me,
take work from me, or you might like me better,
them better than
me, that kind of thing, right? And so, that's part of you got to work with that, make that part of the culture. And there's things that we do. I mentioned the academy, Success Academy. We learn things, such things as network recruiting.
I think maybe we'll have a Potty Talk on that.
We do
it's
that.
Such a great idea.
That is, those kinds of things that really winds up locking your plumbers that you already have on your team because they won't want to go anywhere.
It's a super secret sauce that you came up with. It's genius.
Right, and it helps just have guys just lined up wanting to come work for you. But you got to do that kind of thing, and you must be looking at that constantly. Again, it's one of the 2 major assets. Okay, you got making customers, making the phone ring, but you need the guys that can show up. All right, and do the work. So here is, we're starting at 2025 of this Potty Talk Live. Potty Talk. Yeah. And so we're into a new year, and man, it's going to be a great year. All right. Great. And so you got to ramp it. You got to ride these waves that come. So you got to have guys on board to be able to do that. And you can't wait for the wave. You don't wait until you're busy to hire.
Yeah, think about a surfer.
Okay.
Right? The surfer doesn't wait until the waves getting ready to crest and whatever. That's not what he's doing. He's watching the wave build, from behind him, right? And he's feeling the water, right?
Right.
That's what you need to be doing, because when the wave does get to a point where the surfer wants to take off, man, he's ready. He's ready to jump on his board. He's ready. He's all positioned, whatever it might be. That's what you need to be doing right now for your business.
Right. And I'll throw a little tip in here. You want to be at least half to one guy fat, meaning
Extra.
Mm-hmm. It always feels like you have a guy sitting, which is uncomfortable, but that you got to be there to be able to ride these waves, these service waves, and the work waves, take advantage of the things that are happening. Okay, so the bottom line here is recruit. Okay, all right.
Don't ever stop.
I think that might be on my tombstone. One of the things on my tombstone.
It ain't about plumbing and recruit.
It is so important. It is so powerful. Recruit. Okay.
All right.
In fact, when we talk, a lot of times we find when there's problems and there's hiccups, we go back to looking at your hiring, and it's somewhere around the height they're not recruiting and not, and so they
let it slip.
Right.
Yep.
You got it.
Yeah, it's just getting in the habit. It is a habit. It's a habit that you get into. You're constantly interviewing.
Right. Okay.
So
all right. Okay.
Always be recruiting.
Always be recruiting. All right. Always be recruiting. All right. So you need to create a always hiring culture. All right, your whole team, everybody, your whole staff needs to know we're always hiring, and so you want to systemize that process. So you can use things like Indeed,
Career Builders, Applicant Pro.
Right. All right. Okay. And the bottom line here is recruit.
Don't stop till the day you die.
Always be recruiting. Okay. There we go.
All right. So that is Do This. This title of this was Do This when hiring for your plumbing business.
We were talking about systems here and things to do in place, which you must know, okay, in order to be successful, okay. And I mentioned the Success Academy,
Ooh,
okay.
yes. Ooh.
All right, well, we teach these things, okay. So all these things we just talked about, there's a lot here, all right. We teach it in detail, okay, in classes and with the groups together, okay. We learn together, all that kind of stuff. So, all right, that's all in the Success Academy. If you want to learn more about the Success Academy, or you just want some input on just, what you need to do, okay? Let's have a conversation, okay? Schedule a free call.
Yep.
Okay? We'll just have a conversation. We'll ask, find out where your business is at, kind of map out where you're at, okay? Discover what's holding you back or what issues you're dealing with, and then we'll give you the game plan, okay? And we talk about that, and part of the game plan is you may learn about, the Success Academy, and then maybe part of the game plan, possibly. But in any case,
it should be.
All right, just a conversation, okay? Check it out. Go to $1,000,000plumber.com.
/
Call.
Call, CALL. All
okay.
right.
Or I think also / success.
We'd prefer call.
Call? Okay.
We prefer call.
Tech people, okay? Just want to get you in the right spot so you get scheduled.
Absolutely.
Okay? Going quickly. So do it. There we go. All right. Big stuff there. Do this when hiring for your plumbing business, okay? Glad you spent some time with us here. But before I let you go, as always, I want to remind you that you were purposefully and wonderfully created, and you were created to do great things. I'm like a champion.
Bye, everybody.